All right, and welcome back everyone to Fireside Cast here. We're going to be doing RGL 6's Season 14 Advanced Grand Finals. I'm Ethan, I'm joined by Tcmano. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. We have a great game ahead of us. XIAO versus Grantus Vincere over potentially 4 maps. Should be hopefully a very back and forth close game, but yeah, I'm doing fantastic. And how are you feeling about this matchup tonight?
I'm really hoping to see a good close matchup for Grand Finals, but yeah, I will say though, Zhao has taken in the previous matchups they've had against Grantus, they have come out on top kind of decisively. So I'm kind of wondering if maybe Grantus has come in maybe with some new pocket strats, gone over their VODs against them before, and maybe come up with some new ways to play around what ended up making them crumble previously.
Yes, hopefully indeed, because yeah, like you said last time, these teams have faced both in the regular season and in playoffs already. They were in the upper bracket finals. It has been a fairly decisive for Zhao. One thing I will say, as we can run down the roster, I guess for Grantus Vincere, is that Slugmundo is going to be stepping in for Raven. Raven is out at the moment, and we all hope that he gets better and has a nice speedy recovery. But for the moment, Slugmundo is going to be on medic. Wild Rumpus, the caster, just TF2 personality extraordinaire. Check out his Twitch and his streams as well. Wild Rumpus is going to be on demo. Math and Macron, the 2M's going to be your soldiers. And then Tiger going to be on Scout as well as Bane. That's going to be the roster for Grantus Vincere if you want to run down Zhao.
Yeah, and so both teams just some absolutely fantastic players. I'm looking forward to seeing them duke it out here to see who will be the champion for this season of Advanced.
Yeah, and then I guess, yeah, so running down the Zhao roster, we're going to have Sakura is going to be on medic. Use, aka Adesh, is going to be on demo. And this is someone who has a lot of experience in a kind of top level TF2. I'd say he's been in invite before, so definitely a player to look out for. Your soldiers, I believe, are going to be Shiga, aka Aimer. Same person, but they're going to be on soldier as well as Manicute. And then the other scouts are going to be Claps and Yosh, I believe. There could be a little bit of swapping around, particularly with Shiga and Manicute. I believe Shiga, aka Aimer, can be on soldier or scout, and they are deadly on both. But for the moment, I believe Shiga is going to be playing soldier tonight. That's what they've been kind of doing for the majority of this advanced season. So those are probably going to be the rosters we're going to see. Who knows? Maybe things that might swap around because we are going to be going on to the first map, which is going to be Bagel. So if things get hectic, this is definitely the map for that to happen. We might have some predictions for you in chat, but if not, just say in chat who you think is going to win. And I think it's going to be Zhao. They picked this map. Ethan, and because they picked it, you got to assume that they got a good reason to expect to win on it.
Yeah, and I kind of would agree with you on that, especially because Zhao has faced Grantus Vincere on Clear Cut 2 other times, and I will say they did win quite decisively on those 2 other times they did face them on that map. So yeah, I would say it's slightly favored towards Zhao for sure with the first map.
Yes, Zhao, and I mean, a lot of that I think can come down to one. Use is just an amazing demo man, I would say. Also, Shiga, aka Aimer, is someone to definitely look out for. They also have kind of got a lot of a top level TF2 experience. I mean, all of these people in the server have a top level experience, but those two in particular, I'd also say that Grantus Vincere might be hurting in the fact that they don't have Raven, because Raven is someone who has similarly invite experience. But we're going to have to see how it all shakes out as we're going to be going live on the first map of Advanced Grand Finals. This is it. This is the final bout here on Bagel. First round, and take it away, Ethan.
Yeah, let's just see how this first mid-fight goes out for both these teams. Just as a slight reminder for everyone, Zhao is coming from the winner's bracket, so they'll actually be coming in with a one map lead already here, so the pressure is a little bit on Grantus Vincere here, starting off.
Yeah, it is going to be on Grantus Vincere right now. Looking like they're not going to be taking a lot of control of the point. Instead, it is going to be XIAO. Going to be trying to get some cap time. A little bit of a shove hovering in one of the right houses. Macron is going to get the pick on the Manicute. We do see Aimer rotate around to try and help them. Now going to be bombing over the point. Is going to back away. A lot of weak players on the side of XIAO because they are going to have to back up. The point hasn't been capped up, but I think it's going to go in the favor of Grantus Vincere. They are going to get the first cap in this grand finals right now, and so it is going to be on XIAO to try and figure out how they want to get onto the point. Both medics still going to be alive. Looks like they want to try and push this right house. They do get a lot of space, but they haven't found any picks just quite yet. The Uber is going to come out, is going to come out onto Yosh, going to be running forward. The counter Uber has been used from Slugmundo. They're going to be bombing. Wild Rumpus jumps in super deep. So much damage. Sakura just going to be barely able to stay alive. But now the soldier's going to come in from XIAO. So much damage. An air shot goes out. And I think at the end of the day, Slugmundo is going to be disconnected from the rest of his team. A scout running at him in this alley area, but he's going to be able to stay alive. So even though XIAO was able to get the point, you got to expect Grantus Vincere to walk right back onto it, Ethan.
Yeah, XIAO are down a player, and the Ubers are even... Oh my goodness, a bomb there from one of the players on Grantus, and it's actually... They're going to be able to take out the med on XIAO. That's going to be a great pick there for Grantus Vincere, as long as they can keep their med alive. They are down combat classes, though, so they do have to be a bit wary on a potential sack wave coming in here.
Yeah, they do have to be a little bit wary. It looks like they have all kind of posted up to try and protect Slugmundo as best as they possibly can. And now they're just going to be trying to peek these doorways. There is going to be Aimer taunting, I guess, to try and see if he can get a little bit of a call if anyone's going to pressure him. No one is in position. Actually, a soldier does walk around. It is going to be Math. He does spot out Aimer, who was taunting. And Aimer is barely going to be able to live. No, actually, he just goes right into the face of an Uber that was popped from Grantus Vincere. They are going to get both soldiers with that, but they haven't got anyone else. So Sakura going to be alive, and now they're going to be able to repush this with their own Uber ad.
Yeah, 50% ad now for XIAO. Now they have a potential pretty good push up ahead here once their soldiers come back alive. And it looks like they're actually going to start pushing right away since Macaron's going to be a late spawner due to the fact that Grantus currently has the point capped.
Oh, a big bomb coming in from Math. Wild Rumpus going in as well. And they are going to be able to get onto Sakura. Wild Rumpus with two nice lock and load pipes going to be able to give his team Uber advantage. And even better, throughout all of that, they still have control of the point. So the clock is ticking down in their favor. Sub 2 minutes right now for Grantus Vincere. Going to be sub 2 minutes as well for XIAO, but still a much, much better place for Grantus Vincere right now.
Yeah, they're just about to start having Uber. This is 80% Uber ad now, nearly full ad here for Grantus Vincere. They could probably just bully them off of point. I would be quite careful here if I was XIAO. Maybe even go in for just a 5-man as they come onto the point, potentially, depending on how they want to play it. And it looks like Grantus Vincere are going to be popping their Uber right into XIAO's med, and they're actually going to be able to drop down Sakura. They're also going to take out Claps as well. Some pretty good picks here. Oh my goodness, but they actually get wiped out in the post Uber by Yoshin Juice. Oh my gosh.
That was really, really great stuff from Use and Yosh. But two Ys coming in clutch there to help equalize things out for XIAO. They're going to get control of the point still in favor of Grantus Vincere for the moment, but it is also going to be a little bit of Uber ad for XIAO. Not too much, but if Grantus Vincere don't keep control of things, they might have a little bit of a surprise headed their way. But for the moment, no Ubers on the board, so Grantus Vincere want to try and do their best to get as much cap time as they possibly can.
Yeah, and currently the time is quite even between both of the teams, although XIAO are the ones with the point cap, so they're going to be glad to just keep this kind of just at a sort of stalemate and an even sort of match here with nothing really happening. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like just both teams sort of just poking at each other. Oh, looks like Grantus Vincere, one of their scouts trying to come onto the point, but they're going to get denied.
Now they have so much point presence, and they are going to be able to get the cap without having to use Uber. Both medics do have Uber, but 2 down. Beside Grantus, Vincere means Xiao's going to go in super deep, but Math with a nice bomb is going to be able to get onto Sakura and get the force out. Now Slugmundo already back into his team spawn, and this is going to be 100% Uber ad. The spawns are so quick, they don't have to wait long at all. Only 30 seconds left, but they can get to the point well within that amount of time. And depending on how they take this Uber, this could be a round-defining moment.
Yeah, it might just come down to this next team fight here. Grantus Vincere with the Uber ad. They're going to be popping right in, trying to get some value out of this Uber. It looks like they aren't going to get any kills, but they're going to get quite a bit of space here. And they're going to be able to start edge capping point a little bit. See if they can make anything happen with this. Oh, a pick on a Manacute there. Bane getting a pretty huge pick there. And also, they're going to be able to cap the point as well as Xiao gets overtime.
Yeah, this is really, really good for Xiao. They have overtime, and more importantly, Sakura also has an Uber charge to come in and help them capture up this point. They only need to capture it up once, and they're going to be taking away this first round here. They get a lot of presence on the point. No one's there to stop it, and that is going to be the first round in the favor of Xiao. Very, very close back and forth, but at the end of the day, Xiao were able to get it down further, and they are going to be going 1-0 in this first map of Grand Finals.
Yeah, that was some great stuff there from Xiao, but I will say Grantus Vincere were looking quite solid at points there as well. If just a few team fights went towards their favor, they could have definitely taken that round. And I guess we'll have to see how things, let's see if they change up how they're going to play or anything. Looks like it's just going to be pretty standard so far.
That is going to be standard for the moment. No one going for anything aggressive right now. Actually, as I say that, looks like Aimer did push this right house. He is going to jump around. Manacute jumps on top of the point. Gets a little bit of point presence, but a nice rocket from Map to tape down and collapse. And now they're going to have a much more spam potential. That is going to be a fade bomb from one of his soldiers on Grantus Vincere, just trying to make the space for his team to get onto the point and get onto the point. They do have control of it, and they should be able to get this first cap. Looks like Hughes wants to try and block it for as long as he possibly can now. And they are going to be rushing for it. They do take down the demo of Wild Rumba, so even if the Grantus Vincere capped this, it is going to be much worse because they're going to have a longer spawn for their demo, and because of that, there's no projectile spam, not as much coming out from Grantus Vincere, so they are going to have to back up and give out to Xiao, but the Uber just comes in. It's going to be a solo from Tiger. It goes straight in, does get the counter. He gets launched up into the sky. His medic is going to be able to stay alive. Slugmundo Tiger does die super far behind, but they have managed to capture up the point Xiao, and now we see a big bomb coming in to try and get onto Sakura.
Yeah, oh my goodness, just absolutely nuked there. Xiao now up a ton of players. Could probably forward hold this if they wanted to, but looks like, yeah, looks like they're going to be setting up a forward hold here as they basically wiped out Grantus. And the Ubers are basically equal at the moment here.
Yeah, Ubers are even.
Oh, looks like, yeah, looks like they're going to bust out of left side here. And yeah, they're going to get out pretty easily. Oh my goodness. There's going to be a trade there happening in lobby. They're actually going really deep into lobby there. And yeah, they're going to actually pick up a couple of kills going super deep into their lobby. Wow, okay.
Ooh. Yeah, they have been able to pick up a couple kills in the lobby. Manacute still in behind. He's going to be up on the window. He does do a bit of damage before he dies. So some late deaths there right now from Xiao. So a little bit less spam that Grantus Vincere have to worry about as they want to try and get onto this point. Already basically half the time taken down, but we are going to see an Uber exchange on top of the point, looking a little bit better right now for Xiao. They have control of the point, and all of this is just working in their favor. They do have a bit of point presence at Grantus Vincere, but they don't have really anyone in possession to get on top of it. They want to try and capture this up without having to expend any lives, and they might be able to. A little bit of a shove coming out right here from Amber and his scout partner. It's going to be Claps getting onto Macron, so now, even if they capture this up, they're going to have longer spawners. They don't know where Claps is in behind. Looks like he wants to try and wrap around. A soldier bombs out onto Slugmundo. Going to barely be able to stay alive. The capture not going to quite come in. It does finally, and that is going to be Xiao in control of the point. Bane going to be taking down Claps all the way in the back line. Both medics somehow being able to stay alive there, but Uber ad in the favor of Xiao.
Yeah, it's not a lot of Uber ad, but it still is some slight Uber ad, and they also have quite a bit of point cap time. They're at almost under a minute here, and Grantus are barely just getting some cap in at this round here. So it's looking a little bit scary here for Grantus Vincere. And it looks like the Ubers will even out. They won't use that very slight Uber ad. Oh, but an early pick there onto Math that could definitely help open things up for XIAO. And another pick as well onto Rumpus. Now the demo's down for Grantus, going for an exchange on a point just to try to delay the cap. But it looks like, oh my goodness, they're just going to milk the Uber really hard here. Fane's going to get a kill onto one of the soldiers. And it looks like XIAO are going to get the point. Yeah, now Grantus Vincere are going to have to just regroup here. Could be the final team fight, potentially, depending on how things go here. And XIAO have full Uber had here for this potential last team fight. This is looking quite scary for Grantus.
It is looking very scary for Grantus. They want to try and force out this Uber, and force it out they do. Slugmundo is going to be able to barely stay alive, is going to get back, and we have entered a pause, unless I'm lagging out. No, we have entered a pause. And so this is going to be a very interesting, obviously, 90 seconds into the future. This is your first cast. This is not where the pause actually happened, so it would lead me to believe that maybe Grantus Vincere don't end up victorious here, and we see maybe a tactical pause to try and figure out where things are going wrong. But as we analyze the current situation, we find ourselves in Slugmundo should be out. He's on the other side of the map all the way, super far away, so he should be able to have Uber advantage even if Wild Rumpus and Tiger die. They should be able to have Uber had to try and repush this point. Question is, and I don't remember how much time was left on the point. Maybe you do, Ethan. Do they have enough time to get back on there, even with this Uber ad that they have?
That's a bit of a tough question, because I believe they have like 50 to 30 seconds remaining, so it's a little bit tough. They might have enough time for just barely one team fight, but it's really tough to tell, and it's really tough to tell if they'll have enough time to build up the Uber to be able to use this significant ad that they now have. It might just come down to just kind of like a dry fight, just a bit of a brawl to capture the point.
Yeah, it definitely could, and I think it also depends, if we get too theoretical here, it depends on if Wild Rumpus and Tiger die, because if they're able to stay alive, which I don't think Wild Rumpus is going to, this Uber, they have 11% left, but they've got 4 people here ready to just kind of pounce on these people, and there's no one. This is kind of a hard area to get out of, especially for where Wild Rumpus is. You can't really just sticky jump out of it super cleanly, so I think it's safe to say that Wild Rumpus dying here. Maybe Tiger, depends if he tries and help Wild Rumpus, but even with the fast spawns, like you said, it could be hard because they probably have to go almost immediately if they want to try and get onto the point, and not having your demo there is going to be super, super hard to just kind of buy your team space with the spam. So I think Wild Rumpus here dying might be, I don't want to say the win condition for for XIAO right now, but it's definitely going to make things a lot easier if you get that. Even with the faster spawns that Grantus Vincere are currently enjoying, it's going to be pretty difficult to deal with, but definitely still doable.
Yeah, time will tell, honestly. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out here. Should be unpausing soon, but honestly, assuming it was Grantus Vincere pausing here because they ended up losing the round, I will say it's very fair. I mean, being down 2 rounds, quite an affair. Oh, looks like we're getting an unpause. But yeah, it makes sense to unpause around that time, and now Rumpus is going to be going down, and just as you predicted, it's definitely going to make things a lot easier for XIAO to take this round. And now basically Grantus just got to try scrambling to get onto the point. 8 seconds left. Not a lot of time really to play with.
Yeah, they are going to be trying to do their best. They are going to be able to get onto the point just barely. Overtime has happened. The Uber has come out. They really have to stay on it and make sure that they just capture up. They are going to be getting a few picks. They get a lot of picks, actually. 3 are going to be leaving. That is going to be the 2 scalps and Sakura. So they are going to be able to capture up the point. 2:12 left on their side. And it is holdable, but on a a map that caps as fast as Bagel does, which is so quick. Just kind of one mistake and you can just give them the cap almost immediately.
Yeah, and we're also not even and that's not even mentioning the fact that XIAO have pretty noticeable ad here, 50% ad. It is slowly dwindling as they're taking a bit of time to get out, but now they're starting to bust out, and it's going to be quite tricky to play against this because they're going to have to face this Uber, and yeah, it looks like the Uber is actually going to be doing quite a bit of work. 4 players going down on Grantus Vincere. It's just up to Bane and Macron. Bane's going to go down, Macron's the last one left, and XIAO caps it, taking their second point of this match.
Second one, 2-0, and that is indeed where the pause happened. So hopefully Grantus Vincere were able to talk over a few things, maybe fix what was going wrong, because we've seen, you know, some really great moments from them so far. It's not like they've been completely getting rolled, so they definitely have it within them. The question is, are they going to be able to execute it on it as we go into our third round?
Yeah, let's just see. I'm really hoping to see maybe some adjustments and stuff, since both teams, I feel like, played pretty safe towards the beginning. All of some early damage coming in onto Rumpus. A lot of pressure from XIAO onto Rumpus, Grantus Vincere's demo. They're going to be able to hold on, though.
Ooh, a nice early pick onto Aimer. A great rocket, I think, from Macron to be able to open that up for his scout. Manicute going to get one on the Macron, however, on the right house. From Grantus Vincere's perspective, so they do have control of the point, but it is going to be an opportunity for XIAO to walk right back onto it. As it looks like they want to try and do. It is going to be Yosh kind of playing the ring, and now the Uber has come out aggressively from Bane, going in super deep here to just try and delay this capture as long as they possibly can. They have done it, buying them a bit of time off the point. Now things have captured up. Map going to be going down. Bane can get the trade kill, but it's just a lot better for XIAO. Everyone's kind of corralled up into this little area right here. We do see Wild Rumpus trying to protect his med to keep him alive. Slug Mundo trying to dodge, but not going to be able to get out alive. Claps chasing deep to get that pick, and that is going to be both the mid captured and Uber ad secured for XIAO.
Yeah, that was a great post Uber from XIAO there. They just absolutely cleaned up Grantus there after the Uber exchange ended. Very nice stuff to see from them, and I'm kind of curious to see what Grantus will do over here. We might see maybe a 4-man, depending on how things go. Let's see.
No, definitely could be a 4-man. They're just going to be trying to take their space here. Grantus Vincere. Sakura doesn't quite have yet, so if they were to bomb and Sakura wanted to use, she couldn't. But looks like they are going to use this Uber aggressively, though.
Oh, and let's see what kind of value they can get out of it. Oh, they're actually going to be chasing the medic. And looks like they're not going to be able to quite take out the medic for Grantus. And a lot of combat classes should be going down for Grantus, but with the short respawns and with the fact that they have some pretty big Uber ad now, XIAO are going to have to start playing a bit back and kind of start respecting the ad very soon, as Grantus are about to have Uber. And yeah, they're starting to come out now. XIAO playing quite a bit back now.
XIAO playing back. They were able to pick off Macron in the back line, so that's one less soldier they have to worry about. But the Uber has been used from Grantus Vincere. They're chasing deep to try and get onto Sakura, and they are going to be able to get that pick. Very crucial. Question is, can they keep Slug Mundo alive? Going to be trying to escape through lobby. There's going to be a scout on them. Yosh doesn't quite get the pick just quite yet. Still staying alive. Slug Mundo, how is he still alive? Finally, the remainder of XIAO are going to come in and collapse on to Slug Mundo. Only one person is up. It is Macron, going to be escaping with 3 health and a pickaxe. And the one silver lining is in all that chaos did happen while they did have control of the point, but there's going to be XIAO capping it right back up in their favor. No one on Grantus Vincere was there to really deny that. And so once again, Grantus Vincere are on the back foot.
Yeah, this is looking a little bit scary here for Grantus. Once again, another round that just seems to be slowly going in the favor of XIAO. Love to see how Grantus play in this next team fight here. Looks like they're... Oh, double bomb here for XIAO's medic. Let's see if they can get some value out of it. Oh, and they're actually going to drop Sakura there. Looks like it was a 4-man. And yeah, it's going to be quite a successful 4-man for Grantus, but the clock is ticking down slowly. And now around 35 seconds left for XIAO. There's not a lot of time left. Grantus are going to have Uber ad, and Zhao's medic is still dead, so they're probably going to get the point here as long as they don't drop the ball too hard. But still, a lot of time to make up for.
Yeah, a lot of time to make up for indeed. Definitely doable, but they have to play almost perfect TF2. We are going to see a little bit of a flank shove coming in from Aimer and the scout. They are going to back up. Aimer bombs around to get some health. And now they just have to try and defend this for as long as possible. Good thing for them, actually, they didn't use to get onto the point, so it's not like they're going to be at immediate Uber descent and have to worry about the leapfrog. We are going to see Aimer bomb in with the rest of his team to try and get onto the medic to force out that Uber. Slugmundo hasn't used it, really impressively so. Really great jukes and dodges from him to surf that out to safety, and they have been able to at least guarantee themselves a bit more time off the clock. They're setting up for a forward hold, and they have to really, really bully Xiao here, aggressively so, to try and get a further minute off to make it tied.
Yeah, but I will say, Grantus is making this quite close. But still, yeah, just a minute on the clock here. Xiao just needs to win one team fight, and the round is theirs. Let's see how they play in this next team fight here. Both teams have Uber. Oh, looks like we're going to be seeing kind of a flank here. They're going to pop Uber behind for the exchange. It's a solo scout Uber, it appears to be. Let's see how they play for the post-Uber positioning. Looks like Xiao have the better post-Uber positioning. Oh, a bomb coming in from Shiga, and they're going to be able to actually drop a few players with that.
Oh, they have to get onto the point almost immediately. Grantus Vincere, you were right. A lot better from Xiao. The soldiers, Manicute, and Shiga going in massive, but now Grantus Vincere have to come in with the read fight. They are going to get a little bit of cap time on the points. We are going to head into overtime, but he immediately dies. Macron was the only person there, and as soon as Yo shot him, that was the round secured for Xiao. 3-0. And they, once again, Xiao showing why they like Koth so much. You said they were good on Clear Cut. They're showing they're great at Bagel as well. And for Grantus Vincere, you got to be wondering if they're just thinking about the next map.
Yeah, it's 3-0, just one more round, and they're going to be taking their first map of the series. So yeah, Xiao are probably going to be going into this next round with some pretty big confidence here. Let's see, maybe if Grantus Vincere can start maybe getting some more momentum, stopping the momentum that Xiao has kind of put into this match here to start things off. And it looks like Xiao edging the cap. They might actually be able to get it. A trade there from both of the soldiers there on one of the houses.
They have traded. First cap is going to go in the favor of Xiao for the moment. We instantly see Grantus Vincere want to try and get onto it. That's kind of the thing about Bagel is that you can just play this cap so hard sometimes, and you can really just kind of sneak it out from under the team's noses. We are going to see an Uber trade, however, on the point. Looking a little bit better right now for Xiao. They still have control of the point, but I think Grantus Vincere are going to get that almost immediately. Now, we do have a little bit of a kerfuffle over in the side houses. A little bit better damage right now for Grantus Vincere, but no one's really bombing in to capitalize off of that. A few weak Xiao players, and we have the cap going back and forth yet again. This time it's going to be Grantus Vincere trying to pressure to get on top of it. So much point time. Looks like Xiao going to try and get onto it to defend. A lot of damage onto Yus. He's going to have to wait for a bow. He's actually going to have to back up so far, and that's going to allow Grantus Vincere to get onto the point. We are going to see a kerfuffle here in the house. That's going to be Aimer going down, and now finally with a player down. I don't think anyone died in that whole exchange, as the point was just kept up back and forth so many times. Now it is going to be Grantus Vincere with control of it finally. 2 players down, a player down on each team, and it's just back and forth action right now. No one's really committing super hard.
Yeah, it looks like another Uber exchange here will be coming out, but yeah, the timer is quite even so far in like the first half of this round. Let's see how both these teams play out the post-Uber positioning. Both teams kind of just decided to just stick over to their side. Looks like Xiao will actually be able to edge out a cap there, which is quite nice to see for them. Oh, and a very good pick there on the Shiga. That's going to be quite huge for Grantus. So maybe try grabbing the point here.
They are going to be able to grab the point. Grantus, or at least try to. Yosh tries to get on it to block it, but he takes so much damage, he's going to have to back up to the safety of his medic. Ubers were used, so it is, like you said, basically even a little bit of an advantage for Slugmundo, which they're probably not going to do anything with unless XIAO forces their hand. And now they're going to try and get onto the point. Looks like they want to try and pressure this right side house. Claps yet again, going to be trying to pressure it with the help of his soldiers. We are going to see Aimer going in super deep. Does a bit of damage onto Wild Rumpus. Is going to get the force from Slugmundo. Sakura still has Uber, finally going to use it of their own. Going to try and collect as many picks as they possibly can. Going in super deep here. Going to get 2. Bane and Math going to be taken down. But crucially, Slugmundo is going to be able to stay alive, and they've had control of the point that entire time, so they are going to have time advantage for the meantime.
Yeah, and it's looking pretty good for XIAO here now, although with both Ubers being fairly even, there is some very slight add here for Grantus, but I don't know if they'll use it. Let's see, I guess if they try to use it. But yeah, XIAO with the point. Grantus can be trying to bust out now onto to start up this next fight.
Gonna knock away the stickies right now, and yeah, they are gonna get some pressure onto the point. Grantus, Vincere, they should be able to capture it up. XIAO super far back. We are gonna see Aimer making a bit of space. That's gonna be Manicute committing. It does a lot of damage. It's gonna get the force out. Huge bombs as well. It's gonna be able to take down Bane. And they really great stuff from them. They get the force. Sakura almost immediately has 100%. They can go right back in with their own Uber.
Yeah, let's see how they play with this Uber. They might not even need to use, but yeah, they will be popping right into them. Let's see what kind of value they can get out of this. Just taking out so many players, and also should be getting the point any second. And yep, they're gonna get the point. It is just back and forth right now. Both teams, it just feels very neck and neck in this round. Grantus are fighting to stay in this map right now. It's currently match point. Things are very tense right now. Ubers are basically even yet again, although very slight add for Grantus.
Ad indeed for Grantus Vincere. They are going to be able to get a pick out onto Yosh, some expert stickies from Wild Rumpus to make that happen. So now they can try and pressure a little bit more. Use walking super far forward, some good spam damage from Map and Macron to make them back up. And I think they might be able to get this capture up without having to use or lose anyone else, which is really great for Grantus Vincere if they want to try and get around on the board. Basically even in time, but not even in the scoreline right now. So they have to start making us playing super consistently if they want to try and take away this first map.
Yeah, we're getting close to it just coming down to one team fight for this round here, and it looks like we'll be seeing XIAO popping their Uber into Grantus Vincere. An exchange will be taking place. And it looks like nothing really happened out of it, but the post Uber, just soldiers coming in, going huge there. And Grantus Vincere are nearly fully wiped. Slugmundo and Tiger Bomb are going to be able to run away and stay alive at the very least, but there's not a lot of time left. XIAO are going to cap the point. Less than 30 seconds left for both of the teams. It's just going to come down to this last team fight, it appears. Some slight add for XIAO, but let's see if they'll actually use it potentially here. There might not even be enough time to really use the ad. Actually, no, both teams should be able to get their Uber in time for this last team fight here. 5 seconds. About to go to overtime here. Grantus Vincere are going to have to just bum rush on the point here. Yeah, now we're starting to overtime here. Everyone is still alive. So much pressure. Tiger Bomb's going to be the first to go down here for Grantus. Crucial pick here for XIAO. They're going to be popping their Uber onto point for an exchange. Might just come down to this.
Yeah, it is going to be the collapse. They do have a little bit of point time, but they have to get onto it, at least try and capture it up. The kills are going either which way, but so many weak players on Grantus Vincere. It's only going to be these 2 scouts left alive, and it's only going to be now Tiger. He has to try and fight the world right now if he wants to try and get this on. He's just delaying to see if anyone can respawn in time to help him out, and it's not going to happen. The first respawner was Slugmundo, and even at full scout speed, I don't even think he could have been able to get over there, and that is going to be a very, very convincing 4-0 for XIAO on this first map of Bagel. And convincing for XIAO though it was. If you're Grantus Vincere, you can maybe take a little bit of solace, a little bit of silver lining in the fact that it was XIAO's map pick. So maybe you're expecting them to win that, maybe not as dominantly as they did, but there's still a lot of opportunity for them to try and come back onto it as we go into our next map. But we can take a little look at the logs right now, and they even before seeing them, I can just say that oh my god, it was kind of a nukening from all the players on blue, aka
Yeah.
Zhao.
I've got to say, I feel like the thing that really came in clutch there for Zhao were those post-Uber collapses. They would just collapse right onto Grantus right as the Uber ended, and they would just get some huge damage there right as the Uber exchanges ended. And a lot of Uber exchanges were happening during that, especially during the last round there, where it just felt so back and forth. But it will be Zhao taking it 4-0, and yeah, as the stats come up onto the screen, wow,
Whew.
some pretty high DPM there from Powerful Dog
Yes. Manicute,
or Manicute.
going in, clutch right there. I wanna say Yosh won, not the Yosh, that's on Goblin Zone, a different Yosh, let's be clear here, but Yosh won, going 21 in 3, is absolutely insane. I mean, he died less than his medic. Sakura died 5 times, Yosh won only died 3 times, and getting 21 kills to go with it. An absolutely insane game from Yosh, just playing almost perfect TF2 at that point. And I guess if you're looking forward, things that Grantus Vincere need to stop, that man is one of them.
Yeah, I want to say like it feels like Zhao is just like the best like Koth team in like almost all of Advanced. Like just the way they play Koth is just so good. I just cannot believe how clean and smooth they played this map here. And I've I've got to say I'm just wondering how Grantus Vincere are going to be going into the next map, because I will say Zhao are coming into this with a one map advantage as they're coming in from the winners bracket. So now Grantus Vincere, if they lose one more map, that's going to be it for their tournament run and the grand finals, and Zhao are just going to be taking home first place here for the season.
Yeah, it is backs up against the wall right now for Grantus Vincere. And one person on Grantus Vincere I want to shout out is going to be Slugmundo. Um, because he only died 6 times, which I think is personally very impressive because, one, Bagel is just a map where you can die so easily as a medic. Any Koth map is just so dangerous for medics in general, particularly due to bombing soldiers and stuff. But Slugmundo only dying one more time than the enemy medic when you're kind of getting 4-0'd is, I think, really impressive. So hopefully if they're able to do a little bit more with that and on this map, Snakewater, I think it should be an opportunity, an opening for Granted Vincere to try and get in here. This is going to be their map pick, so ideally, they've maybe thought of some strategies or some ways to kind of fight against Zhao here, and it is going to be 5 CP from here on out. So if they are going to be able to get a victory on this map, then hopefully we can expect maybe a little bit more of the same to take us the full distance. As like you said, in terms of the map scoreline, it is 2-0 in the favor of Zhao because they had that map advantage come from the upper bracket and that most recent map on Bagel, which they won 4-0 fashion. I will say before we get too into things on Snakewater, we have to shout out Mr. Sailboat's Instagram for sponsoring us here at Firesider. That is going to be our sponsor today, Sailboat's Instagram. Check it out. You can see some cool pictures and also check out Sailboat's TFTV diary as well. I don't know if he updates it anymore, but some really great posts and just Sailboat in general for being an amazing member of the community. So check that out. And thank you, Sailboat, for sponsoring us here at Fireside.
Yeah, just thanks to our sponsor. And yeah, I'm looking forward to some Snakewater gameplay. And yeah, which team do you think would be favored on this map? And if you had to predict.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna say Zhao. I expect them to win it, but I expect Grantus Vincere to put up a lot more of a fight because this is 5 CP. Like you said, Zhao have been kind of dominating on on Clear Cut and Bagel just in general. Koff seems to be their bread and butter to a certain extent, especially Clear Cut and I guess Bagel. But for Grantus Vincere, I think it's definitely doable. I said for predictions, I would say maybe like 4-2 in the favor of Zhao. But because I'm an optimist to see more TF2, I'm gonna nullify that prediction and I'm gonna say 3-2 in the favor of Grantus Vincere. I think if they want to win this, I think it definitely comes down to their mids. If they're gonna be able to get onto Sakura and keep Slug Mundo alive on the mids, mid to lasting, I think Zhao is probably how they're gonna have to do it. Just keep up the momentum almost like very, very consistently and just not allow Zhao any room to breathe. If you do that, I think in kind of a slower paced game, I think Use, Aimer, Shiga, and a kind of like Yosh are going to be able to grind them down at a level that I don't think Grantus Vincere are going to be able to deal with. So if their mids are flying and they're really able to just kind of collapse on Zhao, then I think we could be looking at a Grantus Vincere victory. But that's a very big if.
Yeah, and I really want to root for Grantus Vincere as well. It's kind of like a bit of an underdog story, just a little bit. And looks like we are going to be live here with the second map of this Grand Finals. It's going to be CP Snakewater. Could be the last map of this Grand Finals if Zhao wins it. But I'm really hoping for a close map here at the very least between these two teams. Let's see how this first mid-fight goes out.
Ooh, yeah, we do have Aimer hiding in his team's kitchen right now. We're going to see if maybe that comes into play. No aggressive soldier bombs almost immediately, so both teams are playing a little bit more passively. Makes sense for Zhao because they do have a soldier hiding and lurking away. Looks like Macron is just kind of getting ready to get the call and when it's best to bomb. With his buddy in math, but it is going to be Zhao taking the space awarded to. Aimer has made his presence known, so they do know there's a soldier over in kitchen. Maybe expecting Grantus Vincere to be a little bit more aggressive with their plays, and Zhao has a lot more space, actually. They're kind of getting a little bit of cap time as well. Looks like Math tried to get onto Aimer, is going to back up to stay alive. Very, very passive from both of these teams so far, and looks like a little bit more space, I guess, right now for Grantus Vincere. Aimer had to walk around, so now it's going to be fully committed with the rest of his team on the high ground, and no one has committed whatsoever. Each team just trying to play this as perfect as possible. Now we are going to finally see a committal from Aimer. Takes a lot of damage, and that's going to be the first kill of the second map. Now with that happening, Tiger is going to go down to a nice sticky from Use. One down on either team. Use with another nice pipe across the map. Is going to be a force coming out from Slug Mundo. He was disconnected over in that saw area, and the Uber has been used. Sakura going to have their own Uber charge, and what was looking like a very, very slow mid-fight has almost instantly turned into one of the worst possible case scenarios for Grantus Vincere. They're at Uber Jasad, they lost mid, and Zhao is going to be coming in super quick.
Yeah, this is looking very scary here for Grantus Vincere. That was an incredibly long mid-fight there, especially for Snakewater. I feel like Snakewater mids can just completely just end in like 5 seconds, it feels like sometimes, if both teams get really aggressive with double bombs. And it looks like Zhao are going to be popping right in to Grantus Vincere's last. Looks like they're going to be trying to kite over to the left here of the point. Oh, but the post Uber is coming in, and looks like a lot of players on Zhao are actually going down, and it looks like Grantus Vincere are actually going to be holding this, taking out 4 players on Zhao despite not having the Uber there, just having to try kiting their best. Very nice work there from Grantus Vincere, and yeah, Zhao are gonna have the backup and give up their second, it looks like. As Grantus Vincere a full Uber ad now.
Yeah, Grantus do have full Uber ad to work with here, and they want to try and get onto mid. Ideally, without using her, if they do use, they get a fair few picks to compensate for it. They are going to be making their way in through Saw. Going to be using immediately onto Wild Rum's going to be bombing forward. He spots everyone over in the kitchen. He does a lot of damage onto Sakura. Is going to be able to stay alive, but they get 4 for their trouble. So even though they don't get the med, 4 is definitely well worth the effort there. Sakura going to be leaving with the assist of Use. They do have the forward spawn stickied off. They might try and get a cheeky kill because they are capturing it up fairly late. They are going to spawn, and they get 3 with it. That's going to be insane for Wild Rumpus, and that might almost guarantee them an attempt to try and get the sack off onto Sakura.
Yeah, this is just looking so devastating for Zhao, and Grantus Vincere might just be able to just straight up push in their last tier. I mean, Zhao are down 3 players right now. So yeah, this is looking fantastic for Grantus Vincere. Although XIAO are kind of delaying it a little bit. They are going to get their spawners, but is that going to be enough to really do much with both of the Ubers? Or it looks like the Uber for XIAO is going to be popped to save the point, but Grantus Vincere now, they're going to have full Uber ad now. Unless they can get forced. And yeah, it looks like they're not going to get forced quite yet. Although XIAO are going to be able to take a second off of the 2-player ad there. But yeah,
they are.
They're going to be a pretty big dis ad though, so they're probably going to have to give it up quite quickly.
Yeah, they probably will have to get it up quickly. Question is, are they going to be able to force the Uber out from Slug Mundo? Aimer is in a little bit of a scrap in lower. Might get caught out, but no, is going to jump away to safety. I do want to shout out Yosh for getting that pick on the Wild Rumpus. Without that, I don't think they're going to be able to get onto second. The Uber has been used. Wild Rumpus is going to be the only one to fall so far. Now Aimer does as well, aka Shiga. Looks like XIAO want to try and immediately refight this. Claps taking space through bridge. Everyone else bombing forward. Manicute jumping forward to help get that pick out onto Tiger, and they're going to have to immediately leave second. They weren't even to get the capture up, and this is looking a lot better for XIAO. They have Uber ad, and they want to go straight in here on the mid.
Yeah, this is looking pretty great here for XIAO going into mid now. It looks like, yeah, Grantus Vincere are just going to have to completely give up mid as the Uber ad is just a bit too great, although Tiger Bomb, on the forward spawn. Let's see if maybe they can make a miracle happen with this sniper on the second forwards. Oh.
Yeah,
they're going to get caught out. And, they're actually getting taken out as well. That is really unfortunate for Grantus.
They are going to have to back up Grantus Vincere. They should have bought enough time for Slug Mundo to get their own Uber, so they don't have to worry. But Yosh is just walking in. They want to try and take this. Maybe think they still had Uber advantage, but the Uber has been used from Grantus Vincere. So the question is, who gets the better of this fight? It's looking like it's better for Grantus Vincere to getting that pick out on to use, and now everyone else on a XIAO is going to have to try and get out. Manicute was kind of stuck in there. Does a few fancy bombs to try and stay alive for as long as possible, but it eventually is going to go down. So now Grantus Vincere, they want to try and take this 2-pick and get out onto their second. They're coming in through battlements right now. Going to be trying to spam and look at all of these XIAO players, make sure that no one has the opportunity to get in from behind. Use going to be spamming them in through Saw, getting a lot of cap time, but XIAO, they want to try and fight this and not get bullied out if they absolutely have to. A bit of damage coming out onto Yosh. He does take it down very weak, but he's going to be able to stay alive, and they're just going to try and get right back in here.
Yeah, and I kind of respect just fighting for this, and it looks like Claps is actually going to go down for XIAO, so this might be pretty good for Grantus. Might be able to... Yeah, actually, XIAO are just going to be pulling out for a bit, and Manicute's also down as well. I didn't even notice that. So yeah, 2 players are down, and it looks like Grantus are going to be able to take mid as well as second. Some very nice stuff there from Grantus. Yeah, XIAO are just completely falling back onto their second, but at least it's... even Uber ads, or it's even Ubers, so they're going to be able to hold their second for now. But yeah, really great push there from Grantus. They got a lot of map control.
Yeah, they did get a lot of map control, and now we are into a, I don't think maybe the first stalemate, but probably the most set in stone one, as we are going to have 2 soldiers trade out some great rockets from Macron, and another trade happening in lower. Tiger actually didn't get 2, and this stalemate is not stable whatsoever. Looks like Grantus Vincere are going to immediately start walking in from lower. XIAO have backed all the way up, recognizing that trying to hold that far close would be very, very hard, but Yosh wants to try and take this Uber exchange, is going to do so, flashing a lot more on the side of Grantus Vincere, but they are sticking off. Yosh might get caught, but no, it has enough Uber to be able to stay alive. He's just immediately walking back in. We see Manicute coming in through Cheese, doing a lot of damage. Going to get 2 picks onto Tiger and Wild Rumpus. This is looking a lot better for XIAO at the moment, but can the post-collapse come in for Grantus Vincere? A lot of damage, a few weak players, but no one is there to be able to get the picks, and that is going to be XIAO holding on to their second and going to be able to try and pressure in onto mid.
Yeah, they might even be able to get mid here if they can be quick enough about it, as Wild Rumpus is just spawning here, so there's not going to be a demo in play for Grantus Vincere in this team fight, so they might just have to give up mid here. Oh, potentially a pick on a soldier. Yeah, Manicute's going to be getting a pick onto Math there. That's going to help open up mid and also open up potentially XIAO's, or Grantus Vincere's second here.
Yeah, they're going to be walking forward. Aimer going to be bombing high in the sky, going to be landing all the way back to try and drop some eyes. Now Manicute comes in with the help of Aimer. They're both trying to get onto Slugmundo. He doesn't have, so he can't use, and he has to unfortunately crater to his death there. And you know that if Slug had, he definitely would have used, but I didn't have Uber just quite in time, so he just had to watch himself fall to his death. And really great soldier play from Manicute and Aber to get his team that Uber advantage. Now XIAO going to be walking forward, or maybe they're actually going to wait for their soldiers, and Manicute is coming up on Spy, probably just to check to see if Slugmundo has come up onto the Kritzkrieg and see if maybe there's any... Oh, Math is up on Sniper, so they should know, ideally, if he has been checking.
Oh, now they know that Math is on Sniper, and it could make things a bit tricky. They're going to have to back up pretty far, and yeah, they're just going to have to concede and start holding their last, it looks like. Yeah, they're just going to be setting up last now. They're going to swap off of the Sniper. Just going to be running with just an NG here. They should be able to get... Oh, they might be able to get their Uber in time. It's a little bit close, but yeah, XIAO are popping into Grantus Vincere's last, and they're actually edge capping. They might just be... Yeah, they just straight up get it. As Grantus Vincere were not really able to defend their last, and XIAO are going to be taking the first point of this map after 5 minutes. It was quite a long round there.
Yeah, a very, very long round indeed. 10-minute round, and yeah, that just came down to the fact that everyone on Grantus Vincere was kind of corralled up on by the truck side and in their spawn, and Yosh was able to stand onto the point and get the capture up. Now we head into the second round, and we're gonna have to see if this mid-fight takes as long as the last one did, which I think took around enough time for each med to get at least 2 Uber charges if they immediately use. So we're gonna have to see if the same thing happens. It is slow to start out with, as a no soldier has immediately committed, but Aimer says enough, is gonna try and commit, might get taken down for their troubles, and is gonna happen. So now a bit of a player ad, but immediately Wild Rumpus goes down to some nice pipes from Use, and this is a lot better now for XIAO. No demo on Grantus Vincere to try and help them out with this spam fight at the moment. So they're gonna have to try and do something super aggressive. They get the rockets out onto Sakura and Use, so no demo or medic. The combo immediately annihilated for XIAO. Claps gonna run in through kitchen to try and salvage, is gonna be spotted, and it's gonna be taken down on the point. Manicute bombs, but he's gonna be denied by the work of Bane, and that is gonna be a mid captured up for Grantus Vincere.
Yeah, now Grantus Vincere are just in the driver's seat right now in this round. Full Uber ad. They're going to be able to get XIAO second for free. XIAO is just going to have to start saying, oh, a spy coming in. Let's see if XIAO can maybe get a drop here. This drop could be crucial if they can get it. Oh, they're also trapping lower right there. Let's see, did they check for the trap? Oh, it gets deaded, but it doesn't end up getting anybody. Oh, wow, okay. Let's see.
Oh, Spy is decloaked.
Oh, they get the kill on the demo! But still, they do have Uber, so maybe they could try going for something, but they also have a Sniper as well. Looks like they are going to be popping in.
Yeah, they do pop in. They want to try a little bit of capture time on the point. The soldiers are going to be coming around to try and collapse on all these people by truck, but it's going to be XIAO, Yosh, and Clabs getting so many picks. Macron is going to get one onto Use, but importantly, that is going to be Sakura staying alive there. Really, really great play, and just well-held defense from XIAO, and now everyone on Grantus Vincere have to back the heck up out of there. Slugmundo did stay alive, so even though it is just sad, it's not as bad as it could possibly be, but XIAO looking like they want to try immediately get onto mid.
Yeah, it looks like XIAO are going to be trying to keep their heads in the mid here. They do have quite big Uber ad, although it is slowly dwindling. Oh, some bombs coming in there into Grantus Vincere's Saw. They aren't really going to get much, and actually now XIAO are going to be down 2.
Oh, a play! Oh my God!
Oh,
Math with an amazing shot. That was amazing shit from Math. Sorry for the swear, but that was just so huge. He came in through window, got the pick out onto Sakura, and now the momentum has immediately shifted. He had the Gorilla Taunt ready. He hit it as well. And that is I don't want to say that's tilting, but that's definitely very destabilizing for the side of XIAO. They are immediately on the back foot. The Uber going to come in from Grantus Vincere. They're taking their time, actually going to be working their way in through left, not having to use for a while. They have been spotted, and now the Uber has been used. Wild Rumpus bombing in to take down the sentry gun. Sentry Gun has been taken down. They want to try and get some time onto the point. They haven't gotten any picks quite yet as well. They're actually losing two. Both their scouts have been taken out, and now they just have to back the heck out of here. It is going to be Slugmundo trying to escape away. Might be able to get, oh my god, a nice rocket from Aimer to take him down almost immediately. Might get another in a saw. Going to be a little bit of a soldier 1v1. It is going to be Math winning that, but he does crater to his death, so basically a wipe from Grantus Vincere, and how the tides have turned, things swinging back and forth, but immediately we have another spy on the field.
Lots of spy gameplay happening right now. Yeah, let's see if Tiger Bomb can make something happen with this spy gameplay. Oh, they get spotted by Yosh, and they're just gonna get immediately punished there. And yeah, Grantus Vincere are now on the back burner for the round, as XIAO should be able to get Grantus Vincere's second for free, basically.
Yeah, they should be able to. That was a soldier trying to do their best to bomb in and maybe get a cheeky drop or force out onto Sakura. Slugmundo has 80%, so they might be able to get here, but XIAO looking like they want to move fairly quickly here. Yosh going to be working their way in through Shutter. They are going to use Slugmundo just now has, but can they get onto the point in time? The traps from Wild Rumbus are going to be able to buy them enough time to do so, and now it is a lot worse for XIAO. Yus might be caught, but no, is going to be able to stay alive. It does some tricky sticky jumps to get out of there, and this is going to be uber advantage for Slugmundo. It is going to be very precarious anytime you push out of your own last, because you have to worry about someone trying to go for a back cap. Looks like they are going to get out, but a nice trap from Yus is going to enable some players to try and get in behind. The Uber is going in. They haven't found anything with this Uber whatsoever. We do have Manicute. He is going to be taken down from Macron, but the rest of the team has wiped. Slugmundo is going to be able to stay alive, but Sakura has Uber advantage almost immediately, and everyone on XIAO is just barreling in onto last.
Yeah, and it looks like XIAO are just going to be able to just WQ right into last here. I'm not sure if Grantus are going to be able to do anything about it, as pretty much all their players are dead. And yep, XIAO are going to be taking the second round of this match. Both very long rounds, honestly. It's been feeling just very back and forth rounds, but yeah, at the end of the day, XIAO did take both of them. And so let's see what Grantus will do for the third mid-fight of this map.
Yeah, I would like to see them be a little bit more aggressive, but actually the mids have been kind of been okay for them. It's really just been their Ubers. Their Ubers have not been getting really anything every single time they take it. It really seems that XIAO have been able to kite them and kind of go in for the recollapse, kind of something that we saw on Bagel happening again here on Snakewater. Once again, it's going to be the soldiers from XIAO going to be the ones to initiate. Aimer goes down first, and Manicute can be able to stay alive and hop back to the rest of your team. With that one pick, looks like they're just happy to give up mid. They don't want to stay in there a bit too long and maybe have Sakura die because of it. So they're going to be holding on second. Macron tries to go for a bomb. He doesn't really quite hit things as well as he'd hoped to, and he is going to be backing out. It's going to be Math instead coming in from window. He dies, and that is going to be the sack attempt for Grantus Vincere. Question is, can someone on XIAO try and do something of their own to open things up?
Yeah, let's see if they try to maybe go for like a counter sack here. Looks like they aren't going to be opting really for a counter sack. Oh, actually, okay, the counter sack is just going to be a spy play. Okay, I'm quite interested to see how this goes. Oh, they're going to be trying to go through kitchen here. Let's see if anyone spots them. No one's really looking out for a spy right now. This might work. Oh, okay. He's going to have to see how this goes.
They've made their way in behind, and ideally you'd like to see some pressure from XIAO to try and distract some people. There is going to be a little bit of a trade, so that might be the distraction necessary. He has the opening, he just has to find the right timing to do so. He has decloaked, he's going to be walking in forward as everyone else, and he does get the drop! A nice stab from Aimer onto Slugmundo, and that is going to be uber advantage in the hands of XIAO. They're going to be trying to walk forward here and take mid and possibly more off of it. And this is an opportunity for them to go coast to coast here, as if they play it well. So they're going to be going in through lower, but just a really, really great play from Shiga there.
Yeah, that was some great spy gameplay, and now full Uber ad here for XIAO. Let's see what they do with it. Oh, they might be wanting to pop it through kitchen, maybe, potentially. Yeah, it looks like they're wanting to go through kitchen. Let's see, are they just going to pop it right through, or are they going to try bullying them off the point? It looks like they're just opting to bully them off the point. Macron, though, going to be going for a sack play,
my
and
God.
they're actually going to get the drop on the medic. Impressive. Impressive sack there from Macron. And that's going to actually just completely flip things on their head now. And suddenly now Grantus, Vincere have a pretty big ad now. And now XIAO are going to have the play to leave here, even though they just captured mid.
Yeah, XIAO gonna have to play to leave. Grantus, Vincere gonna be making their way into Saw. It is going to be Wild Rumpus leading the Uber, going to be bombing in, but the sticky traps from Use well placed to be able to get that pick. Unfortunate that Wild Rumpus was unflashed at that specifically moment in time, but that Uber has basically been nullified because of that poor Use, and super unfortunate for Grantus Vincere. They're down a demo. They're not really in the good defensive positions to try and lock out these doors, so XIAO going to be flooding in almost immediately. They're going to get 2 soldiers, and now this means that they can just barrel their way in immediately on to last point. They're going to be walking in through lower. Yosh leading the charge. That's going to be a soldier bombing in super deep. It is going to be Manicute getting the damage on the Wild. Rumpus going to be taking him down. So much cap time onto the point. That is going to be the 3rd round in the favor of XIAO, and they've been looking so dominant so far. Only 10 minutes left in the round. We do have continuous overtime, so not all over at all for Grantus Vincere, but they want to try and get into this game and come out as the victors in this advanced grand finals.
Are we seeing heavy to mid? From XIAO? Okay. Well, all right. I am interested to see how this works.
Yeah, so am I. He hasn't made his presence known.
Yeah, let's see how Grantus plays around it. I'd imagine they're just going to be trying to focus down on the heavy whenever they spot them. And yeah, they are making their presence very apparent. Oh, a soldier going into their kitchen. Let's see if maybe they can get a good flank play. I'll have to see. Kind of a slow mid once again.
It is going to be a slow mid, and this just kind of makes it so hard for the soldiers to do anything because you just got that heavy shooting you out of the sky. They're down 2, so they're going to immediately back off a mid. Losing 1 more in Bane means that this is definitely a 1 mid for the side of XIAO. And heavy, you know, we've seen it a little bit on Snakewater. If you go back to kind of European TF2, I think it was 7. Who liked to run heavy to mid on Snakewater to just try and destabilize Freyrotech at the time. And I think it had some mixed success, but definitely finding a bit more of it XIAO right now as they've been able to capture a mid. They have second control as well, and now they're going to have a heavy to try and push this last point. And I mean, if you are Grantus Vincere, you're definitely kind of feeling a little bit of a tilt factor. Even if heavy to mid is, I think it's a viable strategy, honestly, especially on this map. It's definitely a little bit tilting to see the other team trying to go for these unique strats like this that they probably wouldn't if their backs were up against the wall.
Yeah, just Grantus Vincere, their backs are definitely against the wall, and it looks like XIAO are going to be just trying to pop in. And looks like they're not going to get too much value out of that Uber. And yeah, Yosh is actually going to go down. Raise the Uber goes out for them. And oh wait, I've actually... okay, there's some really wacky loadouts happening now.
Yeah, some wacky loadouts coming out in force right now as a... you know, you gotta try and do everything you possibly can to win here. And maybe that's what they think is necessary, getting a heavy on the field to maybe destabilize their opponent's mental just a little bit. It is going to be XIAO working their way in through lower, going to be peeking this lower doorway. Is going to be the heavy, just going to be trying to take a bunch of spam. Is going to get a pick for his troubles. That is amazing that the spam was not coordinated enough to take down that heavy. Poor Math is going to die, not blocked by the dispenser enough to be able to dodge those bullets. No Neo in him today, but that is basically just going to be a trade out. No one really getting the better of it in the end, but now we do have a spy on the field. Aimer has swapped around. We also have a sniper from Collapsed. So ideally, they should know on Grantus Vincere because I think they have been checking, but even if they know, that doesn't mean that you can't still do something with it.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see having a double off class like this can be... I'm noticing just XIAO is going for a lot of like very just like kind of off script sort of like off classing right now. You don't typically You don't typically... Oh, gun spy on left side. Okay. So, yeah, they have made the spy's presence fully known now. So I don't know how much effectiveness the spy will have, but I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, we will have to see as they now going to be moving into lobby. We still have claps up on the sniper who can hit a headshot if need be. And until that happens or Aimer gets a stab, XIAO are going to be fairly static here, just going to be trying to make sure that no one gets in behind. Aimer is going to have to dodge the the flames of the pyro, which are getting dangerously close. He does decloak, he does sap the gun. That's going to be an opportunity for someone to try and sack it. It is going to be Manicute. Not going to be able to find enough success or damage onto Slugmundo to get the force or the drop. We are going to see someone else go in behind it. Is going to be Math. He has been spotted out. He has to dodge the headshot, the bullets of the claps right now. Instead, he is going to try and back out to his own team's last. He is being chased, and he is going to unfortunately die in lobby. So it is going to be a current player ad right now for XIAO.
Yeah, let's see if they try maybe going in off of the one player ad. Yeah, it looks like they will be trying to go in. Oh, Yosh going almost to the skybox there. They barely stay alive there due to the flash from Sakura there. I am surprised they stayed alive. They went down to like 30 HP there for a moment. But yeah, looks like XIAO are going to be now falling back onto a second, playing pretty far back as now Grantus and Vincere have pretty big ad. So they have to sort of respect it.
Yeah, they do have to respect it, but the question is, do Grantus Vincere even try and push out? My guess is no, as there's only a few seconds left in the round before we head into a round reset. Looks like that's exactly what they're doing, and we have had our first round reset of this grand final series, and it's just got to be said that even though XIAO are kind of pulling out these wacky strategies that is not the traditional sixes meta, they're still very, very dominant with it, as we see almost immediately again, Shiga is going to be going heavy to mid, and has the gloves of running urgently to try and get there as quick as possible. So if you're Grantus Vincere, you have to just kind of fight immediately, go very, very aggressive here before the heavy comes into play, which has not been their style at all. And now the heavy has here, so now things are going to slow down.
Yeah, we might just be seeing another pretty slow mid-fight here, assuming things go kind of the same. I'm hoping to see maybe like a bit of a switch up from Grantus, just because the timer's starting to run down, and although it is progressive config, so it will just be win limited to 4, assuming no team gets, or assuming XIAO doesn't get a 4th point in this match. And yeah, it looks like actually XIAO are going to be taking the mid-fight off of the pick from Math, as I was talking. And yeah, it looks like the heavy to mid play is working out pretty well for them, as they have won the last 2 mids off of it. And actually, it looks like they're going to be going for a sack play onto Grantus Vincere's second. Oh, do they get the force? They actually get the drop! Not even a force. Oh my, that's just devastating for Grantus. And now XIAO are just going to be able to walk in for free, basically. And yeah, Grantus Vincere, they're just going to have to fall back and concede their second, and now just hold their last. And their backs are just completely against the wall right now. Full Uber disad now. Oh, a spy though from behind. Let's they get spotted immediately, and yeah, Math is gonna go down. And now XIAO pretty much full Uber ad up a player. And yeah, looks like they're gonna be going through lower here. Hopping onto the heavy and scout.
Up indeed, and they do get a lot of space. A heavy on the enemy team has come out, but so much cap time, no one's in position to get onto the point. That's going to be 4-0 in the favor of XIAO. And if they run heavy to the mid again, which they might as well, because I mean it's been working, what Grantus Vincere really needs to do, okay, no, they run pyro to mid. If they did run heavy to mid, Grantus Vincere needs to go quickly, because there is a bit of time before that heavy gets onto the field. They have gone spy to mid, but they don't realize that there's a pyro in this play from Tiger. Might not work out at all. In fact, it's probably going to backfire horribly. Hopefully it doesn't, but you've got to start making miracles if you're Grantus Vincere right now.
Yeah, Grantus Vincere, they're just going to have to try to make a miracle really happen. I mean, 2 minutes left till we start getting into the overtime, where it'll just come down to being first to 5. It's So things are looking pretty tough for Grantus Vincere, but let's see. Tiger Bomb, oh, they get spotted immediately, and they're gonna go down in a couple seconds probably. Oh, they're staying alive for a lot longer than I expected, but they will still be going down. Oh my goodness. They actually got the med.
Sakura,
Wait, they gunspied the med. Oh my. I didn't even notice how. Okay. Wild stuff there.
It was the soldiers of Macron who used that opportunity when everyone was looking at Tiger and Saw to bomb forward and get the collapse out on to Sakura. So really great play from them there. They've got an Uber advantage, and now they can try and work forward with it. They really have to fix their Ubers because every time that they've Ubered with advantage, they really haven't gotten anything at all with it. It's not been their Ubers have not been fruitful. Now they're going to be trying to move in. Math making a little bit of space for his team. They don't want to have to use here, and looks like they want to just try and bully XIAO out, and they are going to be able to do that. XIAO does have a little bit of resistance. Claps up on Sniper, just trying to get a few picks if he can connect them, but not going to happen. Use watching a trap is going to back up, and we do have another spy out onto the field. Shiga going to try and do some more damage.
Yeah, and still, although the Uber ad is dwindling from Grantus Vincere, XIAO almost, yeah, now they're at 100% Uber, so now it's even Ubers here. And yeah, looks like we're probably going to be... Oh, nice pick there from Shiga onto the demo for Grantus. That is so unfortunate for Grantus here. An exchange will be coming out, but the exchange is mostly going to be used for Grantus to try getting their med out alive. And they're going to have to concede mid here in just a moment as they're down 2 players. It looks like a fight will be happening in kitchen. Macron will be taking out Yosh.
Yeah, Macron is going to be taking out Yosh. We do have a little bit of pressure from the gun spy in the lower, but he's going to back up to the rest of his team and now decloak to try and head in. It is, like you said, going to basically be even Ubers, and we do have a little bit of a presence from Grantus Vincere and Saw, but they're both going to back out. They think better of it. Aimer just kind of collecting some intel on everyone else on second for the rest of his team. Maybe to coordinate a few sacks from Manicute, or maybe give Claps some information on what angles to do. But Claps is just kind of in spawn. Actually, he comes up onto the Huntsman, and they turns out that XIAO have kind of renamed themselves Goblin Zone. They saw that Goblin Zone weren't able to make it into the grand final, so they've decided to pick up where they have left off with some serious off-class shenanigans coming out right now. We have a Huntsman Sniper and a Spy in our advanced grand finals.
I have, yeah, I don't think I have seen this quite often. This is quite wild to see. And yeah, Shiga has just been dedicated towards basically running full-time Spy here, and I'm surprised they've actually made it work somewhat decently. They've gotten quite a few picks on like Grantus's demo. It was quite surprising, as they have been running like basically full-time Spy for the past few minutes here.
They have been indeed running a full-time Spy, and looks like they might looks like they're checking a little bit, but they have spotted Claps up onto the Sniper, the Huntsman in particular. He's just going to be spamming those doors through those chokeways to see if maybe it connects onto someone and does a lot of damage. Maybe gets the drop if it's a headshot onto Slug Mundo. But for the moment, we are in a stalemate. It's on to XIAO to do something, but they're just going to be happy to play this time down because they got 4 rounds on the board already. Even if it heads into a round reset, I'm sure they're feeling very confident with their mids and how they've been going, considering they've basically won just about every single one, aside from, I believe, the second one that went Grantus Vincere's way. So really in an odd way, it's on Grantus Vincere to try and do something. Aimer is still up on the Spy in bats. It just he's looking at the door. He's not even paying attention to see if they're trying to check for him. He's subtly BMing them, even though they have no way of knowing at the moment. And really, this is just a XIAO for the moment, just kind of a getting into the mental of them. They do eventually find him, and that's going to be a player down as a finally an opportunity for Grantus Vincere to maybe try and send a counter-sack of their own. Oh, yeah, and they do get the force!
Oh, wow! Oh, that's an impressive counter-sack there, and yeah, XIAO are gonna have the fall back. Grantus Vincere, oh, looks like another, oh, wow, and also Grantus Vincere also gets forced, and now the And now both the Ubers are basically even, although Zhao will have about 30% ad here. So still some pretty decent ad for Zhao, but not full ad anymore for Grantus Vincere. Things are just completely turning on their head in like a complete second there.
Yeah, things are indeed going back and forth, but one thing we can rely on is Aimer to come up spy. You thought his class was Soldier, so did he in Bagel, but he realized that he was actually just a spy at heart. Claps up on the Huntsman, and we do see Zhao can be very aggressive here. They are going to be walking forward with this Uber ad that they had in hand. Yosh going to be getting a pick off onto Math. It's going to be the only person falling for the moment. Yosh going in super deep. He's going to drop down in through lower. Aimer is going to be finally spotted out again, and Yosh going to be walking in, getting some time immediately onto the point, forcing everyone on Grantus Vincere to look backwards, as they do have their own Uber advantage to work in with, but you know, they got to be feeling so sketched out about this because they know there have been spies, they know there have been wacky plays coming out from Zhao. They have to worry that no one gets behind for back cap.
Yeah, I'd imagine they are absolutely terrified of a backup threat, but they are still just all pushing up. They're going to have one player sitting behind just in case of a back cap attempt, but it looks like they are going to be capping second, and they still have some Uber ad. They might be able to play with it depending on if they can get there in time, but Zhao are kind of falling back there just to make sure that Grantus can't pop in with the slight ad that they did have, although it's about to even out, and it looks like things will be going into a bit of a stalemate with Grantus holding their second.
Yeah, you know, Zhao were the only team in advanced playoffs not to fight against Goblin Zone. Goblin Zone faced off against literally every other team in the division, kind of knocking them out one by one until they reached Grantus Vincere, who knocked them out. So maybe Zhao kind of wishing that they could have played against Goblin Zone, so they're doing their best Goblin Zone recreation to kind of capture the experience of what it probably would have been like. So they are going to be looking towards lower. Aimer is back up onto Soldier. Clap still up on the Huntsman Sniper, and looks like they want to try and take the space awarded to them in through lower. They still got the arrows popping out either which way. They are going to be able to collapse onto Shiga in Saw, and they do have a player in behind. It is going to be Macron. He might be able to collapse onto lower, get some nice damage rockets onto Use, but Use with some nice pipes to defend himself. That's going to be 2 down right now on the side of Grantus Vincere, and even though they did have the better Uber, they used a little bit later, it is going to be worse because they don't have any soldiers to try and bomb these players walking in through lower for free, so they are going to have to go right back to their last.
Yeah, and Grantus Vincere, it just feels like they've been just kind of thrown into their last a lot this match. It's just been a really tough match for them so far, and they're currently 1 round away from getting knocked out and getting second place and losing this grand finals match. So a lot of stakes for them here. Oh, Rumpus gonna get a pick on the sniper though. Could help them maybe open up things just a little bit, maybe get a nice counter sack in. Oh, they're gonna get a pick also on a soldier here. That could, yeah, they can definitely open up things and start taking lobby control. Math is, oh, they're gonna be going in deep, going in behind Zhao's team right now. Although I'm pretty sure Zhao has spotted it. Oh, yep, and Math has been spotted and they were taken out. And looks like no forces will be happening. Things will just go back to being fairly even. Oh, I just noticed there is a pyro now on the side of Zhao. Okay.
Yeah, there is a pyro, but the Uber has come in, and this could be the game. Actually, probably not, as the Uber doesn't really do anything. It does get a Tiger down, but now the recollapse coming in from Zhao might get the force, and it does indeed. Slug Window does have to use, but there's so many weak players right now on the side of Zhao. Can they collapse onto any of them? Anyone on Grantus Vincere in position? Not quite going to be able to, as they still want to try and peek and pressure this, even though they're super weak. Now they do get bowed up, and they're going to be recommitting in through this left side here. They are going to see a big bomb coming in from Manicute. He's going to be denied a little bit by the heavy weapons guy, just trying to do their best to deny and keep their medic alive, but the bombs coming in might be too much for Grantus Vincere to handle. Zhao still playing around on this left side. They are going to have to back up eventually. Really, really great stuff from Bane to just deny all of those soldiers bombing around, and that has been a last well held by Grantus Vincere, but even though they've done that, they still have such a monumentous task ahead of them if they want to try and win this map.
Yeah, it is such an uphill battle, but let's see. Bane's gonna be going on this. Oh, actually, okay, Sniper here. Okay, let's see if they can maybe make a miracle shot happen. Maybe drop a med or a demo. That would be absolutely huge for Grantus Vincere. Something they absolutely need, just like a miracle drop right now, so they can contest second and even contest mid if they can drop like a med.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Grantus Vincere is a this is such a hard position to try and get out of, both literally and also mentally, you know, because you've been seeing the other team kind of BM you a little bit, and it's just kind of hard to get yourself back into the game, but they gotta try to, because we do have continuous overtime, so technically this match could go on forever until the players go to sleep, but we are going to see them focus fire down Macron. Really great stuff from Yosh and Aimer to get that pick, and now there's going to be a player down on the side of Grantus Vincere. Opportunity for XIAO to try and do something. Looks like they are going to be now pressuring in through Shutter. Going to be trying to take down the Sentry Gun, get some spam damage down onto Slug Mundo. Slug is going to stay alive. It does eventually force it to the bomb from Manicue. Great stuff to get that pick. And now everyone on XIAO is going to back up out onto second. No one on Grantus Vincere in position to really try and go for a counterattack. Actually, as I say that, it is going to be Math going in behind. I believe he has been spotted. Only 30 seconds left on the clock before we head into a round reset. So it is actually a little bit of pressure for XIAO to try and do something here.
Yeah, let's see what they end up doing this. And oh, looks like they're going to be popping Uber into Grantus's last. 15 seconds left on the clock. Can they get the point? Giga's going to go down. Sakura's going to go down, actually. Rumpus is also going down. Oh, it looks like Grantus Vincere is actually having a pretty massive recollapse here. And it looks like we'll be seeing a round reset here. We're going to be going straight back over to mid here in a couple of seconds, probably. There is a little bit of time just due to that overtime, but it looks like Juice is just kind of running away. And, yep, we're just going to reset right back over to mid. Oh, my goodness, their arm is... Okay, the animation there just broke on a demo there on Juice.
Yeah, I mean, if you're XIAO, I would say just win it. Because right now it almost feels like they're toying with their food a little bit. Still definitely possible for Grantus Vincere, but they've now come up on the full sixes roster, maybe locking themselves in to clutch out the dub and be the first place victors of Advance for this season. We are going to see Manicue go for a Fade Bomb, allowing Aimer to go in deep. He isn't going to find anything with it. We do see Manicue initiate as well. Not going to find any success. It is going to be Yoshi getting the first pick for XIAO right now. He's going to be walking forward, but a nice rocket from Map to be able to take him down with the help of Bane. And interestingly enough, the first time that they run the standard sixes composition, they lose the mid. So maybe in a weird way, the heavy being the true optimal roster lineup for XIAO.
Yeah, XIAO discovering the new meta for themselves, heavy to mid on Snakewater every single time. So, yeah. But, yeah, XIAO are going to be forced to hold their last now, although they did keep their Uber, so they're not going to be holding with Disad at the very least, so that is good to see for XIAO. But, yeah, let's see if maybe Grantus can maybe get a point here. I would really hate to see a 5-0 here. A potential pick of the demo, and it looks like a trade is going to happen. Tire Bomb going to be taking out Use. That's a pretty good pick there for Grantus.
Yeah, it is a very good pick. No demo means no trap, so they can get in through Shutter through 3 for free, and they are going to try and do something, but the double Soldier Bomb has come up to knock them down. They are going to be able to spam down the Sentry Gun, so an opportunity for a Soldier to get in without having to worry about anything, but Yosh on the Frontier Justice with those crits is going to get a pick out, and Bane and Macron dying means that Claps is just going to walk forward and try and get some cheeky picks out onto anyone. A lot of presence right now in lobby from XIAO. It is going to be Manicue trying to hit some upward directs onto Slug Mundo, who was super weak there, but he is going to be able to barely stay alive and not have to use. And so we are again into the stalemate, and it's still going to be on Grantus Vincere to try and initiate something.
Oh, Math Groovy trying to go in for a sack there, and looks like looks like they're actually gonna get a pick onto Collapse, but Math and Tiger Bomb both going down is gonna force Grantus Vincere to kind of go back just a little bit. Potentially wait for a counter sack from XIAO, depending on how things go. You'd have to wait for their players to come back up. And yeah, it's just looking like another stalemate here onto last, but this time Grantus Vincere are the ones pushing into last.
Yeah, Grantus Vincere are going to be pushing in onto last. Last time they were able to get onto use to open things up, but they weren't able to do anything with that. Looks like they're going to be rotating over towards the shutter. They do have Tiger up on Sniper. They want to try and open it to see if he can maybe get the pick out onto Sakura. It has been open. He does get the pick onto Sakura. That is really, really great for Grantus Vincere. But we've seen before that they have these uber ad pushes and they haven't worked out. Now they have to try and commit here. No medic up for XIAO. They have to try and get some picks. They're forcing everyone back into the spawn. Now they get some time onto the point. A lot of cap time as well. They have to clean up these XIAO players right now. Only going to be 3 up and alive. They do get a spawner in the side of Sakura to try and heal everyone. Super weak, and it's only going to be Slugmundo up alive, and that has turned out disastrous for Grantus Vincere, and it just kind of shows that even when everything goes their way, these Ubers from Grantus Vincere are not at all fruitful. They really have to try and figure something out if they want to do that, because that should have been a round for them. You should win that round basically every single time. You have full Uber ad. The enemy team is down their medic, and you still fumble the bag a little bit. Is just kind of speaks to kind of the things going wrong for Grantus Vincere that don't even have to do with XIAO at the moment.
Yeah, just those like pivotal key moments where Grantus Vincere have the advantage and they just kind of fumble the bag is really causing some very unfortunate moments to them. And it looks like they're going to be trying to push on the last year. Oh my, no way!
Whoa!
There was enough cap time there that, oh my, that Macron was able to just sit on the point and they eventually got it. Wow! Okay. All right, well, it's not a 5-0. I can rest easy tonight. It was not a 5-0.
It was
Thank
not
goodness.
A 5-0. Yeah, Grantus Vincere getting their first point on the board. Aimer has gone back up onto the heavy class Shiga, rocking the man from Russia. Once more on this mid, we're going to have to see if maybe Grantus Vincere are going to expect it, as they now the heavy has come out onto the field, and we are going to probably head into a much slower fight. It's going to just be up to the focus fire from Grantus Vincere. If they're a little bit better at it, they can maybe pick off a player and get things going off of that. Looks like Aimer has to go back and get some ammunition, maybe buying a little bit of time for Grantus Vincere to try and do something, but Claps a little bit overextended from the rest of his team. That's going to be the first pick going in the favor of XIAO. And if they can do something with that, maybe take the space awarded to them, they might be able to win this mid. Looks like everyone kind of corralled up in that saw area. We do have a fadeaway bomb, and that's going to be used, taken down, so no demo. And if Macron can capitalize, Map is in super deep. He's not going to be able to find the pick, so now they have been kind of blocked off. Wild Rum is trying to do his best to block off this saw area, but the Uber has come out. They don't quite have. Slugmundo now has and is going to be able to use on Wild Rumpus if they need to. Not forcing at all. Yoshi just running in super deep to try and get this force. Is not going to happen. Such a well-held Uber from Slugmundo there. Oh my god, really great denial from Bane onto Manitou. Don't ever, or maybe do ever, because you've been doing it a lot and it's been working. But still, this is the momentum that we need to see from Grantus Vincere if they want to try and take this map.
That was fantastic there from both Bane and Slugmundo. I cannot believe Slugmundo did not force there. They just have hands of steel. Like, I just cannot believe the amount. It feels like this entire series, they've had a lot of moments where they just do not force in moments where I feel like a lot of other meds would have. And yeah, now Grantus Vincere going to be popping the Uber into last, going to be getting 2 picks with it. Absolutely crucial picks here. Soldier going to be trying to fade bomb out a point here. Going to be trying to make something happen, but another pick there for Grantus. And now the Uber is going to come in from XIAO. They can try delaying maybe the inevitable just a little bit. And the Uber is going to end for XIAO. The cap time is so... There is so much cap time, though. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to contest. But actually, a lot of picks are coming in for XIAO. And the recollapse onto Grantus was actually just really huge there. And they're going to be able to capture their second there. Really well played there from XIAO.
Yeah, well played from XIAO. They had the point presence for Grantus Vincere, but unfortunately when the repush came in, they just weren't able to get onto the point fast enough, and the spawners from XIAO were able to deny them getting onto it. So they were able to hold their last, but they still do have a little bit of Uber, and looks like they want to try and go forward with it. Math kind of gets blocked. His bomb is absolutely nullified, so he's going to have to go back and get an arrow. They're walking in through lower. We are going to see a fadeaway bomb. A lot of damage out onto Shiga, and that's going to be him taken down. Looks like Yosh wants to try and take this Uber exchange, and he is going to use pretty far away. Wild Rumpus might die here. I think they're going to be willing to take that. Yosh is just walking forward. This man has no fear at all in his heart, and he is going to do a lot of damage. Everyone else on XIAO going to be walking forward. They want to get this Uber out of Slugmundo if it's the last thing they do, but they think better of it, and they are going to back up on to second. Slug does have this Uber to use in with, and they have to make sure that if they use here, they get everything possible, and ideally not use whatsoever. We are going to see the soldiers making space through the team, just kind of bullying everyone else out, and that is going to be a second point taken for Grantus, Vincere, and they want to go quick with it while they still have his Uber charge.
Yeah, once again, Grantus, Vincere have the Uber ad here. It's just a matter of how will they use it. Looks like they're going to be popping through lower here. Let's see if they can make it happen. Maybe going to the left side of point. They're going to get a lot of space, but they're actually going to have a Tiger Bomb go down, and they're actually just going to fall back off of the fact that Tiger Bomb died there. And now Ashika is going to be trying to go to lobby, maybe going for a counter sack, but they're going to get denied pretty hard there by Math. And now it's pretty much evened out, although Ashika's going to be a pretty late spawn. But
Yeah,
I will say, there is pretty big Uber ad for XIAO coming into here. So yeah, it looks like they do want to use this Uber ad onto second, despite being down a player, which can be kind of risky when you are holding your last. Oh, Tiger Bomb's on Sniper.
Yeah, the Uber has been used from XIAO right now. They should find one in Math who does try and escape through window. Is not going to quite happen. They should also recognize that Tiger is up on Sniper for the moment. But it is going to be Uber ad in the favor of Grantus, Vincere, and definitely doable to try and work with here. A lot of ad, but they are going to have a sniper up on the field, so that's going to be one less scout to really try and help them get space and go places quickly. And instead, it looks like they're just going to be making their way into through south, and looks like they are going to commit now. Going to be bombing in on Wild Rumpus, trying to go deep here. They haven't been able to find anyone with it, and instead, Tiger is going to go back. There's two players in behind. It's going to be Aimer and Collapse right now. Going to be trying to recollapse onto everyone, trying to make a play onto Slugmundo, who's going to be escaping in through lower. A flank play from XIAO working wonders right now. It's only going to be two alive, Slugmundo and Bane, running for their lives all the way back out onto their second, and depending on how much they deny here, they might have to go all the way back onto their own last.
Yeah, now Granus backs against the wall once again. They're going to probably have to give up their second here. Yeah, they're playing to leave right now. Just trying to show a little bit of presence. Oh, we have the sniper on the forward spawn to make things a bit tricky, but they're going to get shut out. And yeah, it looks like Grantus, Vincere are going to be holding their last, although XIAO did take a good bit of time to go in, so they are going to be close to having Uber, but XIAO are going to be going really quick with this. They're popping right through lower, onto point now. Let's see what they can get done with this Uber. Yosh trying to get cap time with a point. Oh, there's so much cap time, but the counter pop from Grantus comes in, and it looks like it could be pretty huge here. Oh, but they're actually going down, and now Collapse is gonna... Oh, the recollapse there from XIAO after Grantus lost the Uber, and XIAO are going to be your RGL advanced champions for this season.
Yeah, XIAO walking away with it 4-0 on a Bagel, and then 5-1 on Snakewater. An absolutely dominating performance from them on basically both maps. I mean, we saw a lot of great back and forth gameplay coming out from Grantus, Vincere, but at the end of the day, it was just XIAO in control basically at all moments. And they've been able to walk away, like you said, the victors of advanced for this season. Gonna be quickly looking at the logs. Fairly low DPM, which you kind of expect because it was fairly stalematey at points. One thing I do want to point out is that once again, Slugmundo only dying 6 times, which in comparison, Sakura, the winning team's medic, died 1 more time. Slugmundo, I think, did an amazing job just staying alive, and if he was playing any worse, I think this game would have been over so much quicker. There were so many times that he milked exceptionally well. He was able to get out almost basically every time that Xiao used their own Uber. And so as a ringer, stepping in for Raven, who wasn't here, that wasn't their normal team's medic, and that's a very big player to just kind of have step in almost at will. A medic can really decide a lot of how you play or a medic's tendencies can. So really, really big shout out to Slugmundo. I think they played amazingly, even if their team was the loser at the end of the day.
Yeah, I've got to say, I definitely agree with you. Slugmundo definitely felt like they were definitely the saving grace for Grantus at points, but unfortunately, yeah, for them, Zhao will be coming up on top. And I want to say congrats to Zhao for winning this season of Advanced in quite a dominant fashion. They've played really well pretty much the entire season.
Yeah, they played very well the entire season. Indeed, I think they only lost once in the regular season, and in playoffs they were coming in strong. I don't think they lost a map in playoffs either. So really, really strong season for Zhao all the way through. And yeah, it goes without saying they played phenomenally tonight. Everyone on the roster pulling out the big plays and able to come in strong. So yeah, really great stuff from Zhao throughout the whole time, and great stuff from Grantus Vincere. I shouted out Slugmundo because I think they did an exceptional job, but also everyone else on Grantus Vincere for putting up the fight and getting second place in the first place. Is still a really great way to end out the season, even if they were trying to go for that victory. So that has been the match: Grantus Vincere versus Zhao. Zhao winning it both maps 4-0 and then 5-1.
Yeah, GG's to both teams, and I'm not sure if you have anything else you really want to say. But yeah, congrats to both teams. And if you have nothing else to say, that might be it for us for tonight.
Yeah, I guess just real quick shout outs. Shout outs to Dr. Underscore for producing. Always an amazing goat caster. Sorry, producer, Mabi. Um, and also to you, Ethan, you've been an amazing co-caster tonight. It's been lovely to cast with you. Shout outs to the teams for playing. Shout outs to all y'all for watching. And shout outs to Jay and Antlers and everyone else at Fireside for making everything happen. Even though this has been the last match of the Advanced Grand Finals, don't worry, we still have a more TF2 action for you in this season. We're going to be covering the invite playoffs, which are going to be happening next weekend. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully, some good games headed your way over there. But that's it for me. If you have any shout outs you want to do, Ethan?
Uh, Not really. I think you pretty much shouted out everyone. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And yeah, that'll be it for the advanced season for now. But definitely stay tuned as we will be casting a lot more playoffs from all the other divisions in RGL. So definitely stay tuned for that. And yeah, that'll be it for us. Thank you for watching. And that'll be it.
Bye.